Hey friends, I'm in the kitchen making a Gouda right now, a Gouda cheese, and I just used up the very last of my Mesophilic culture backsplash whey that I had in the fridge on my last cheese. So this cheese, I used my store-bought or Amazon-bought frozen freeze-dried cultures, Mesophilic culture, and it was my very last of that. So it's really important that I save my whey from this Gouda, so that I can continue to make cheese without buying, well, I'll still have to buy some more culture, but so that I can make cheese between now and then. So I will show you at what point I will do that in today's video, so you don't have to watch one of my other ones to figure it out. When you're making a Gouda, you are going to heat up your milk to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you're going to add your culture, which for me was a freeze-dried packet from a New England cheesemaking company, and it was a whole packet. It was like a quarter of a teaspoon. It worked out. You sprinkled it on the surface, you allowed 2 minutes for it to rehydrate, and then you stir in an up-down fashion, and then you also add the rennet that's diluted in water. For all of this, I used 1 teaspoon of animal rennet in this 6 gallons of milk. And then we let that set for 30 minutes. It always usually takes about 45 minutes, sometimes even closer to an hour before I see a clean break. And then you you cut the curds into 1/4 inch cubes and let it set for 5 minutes. And then you stir 5 minutes, set 5 minutes, stir 5 minutes, set 5 minutes. That's where we're at right now. So the next part of making a Gouda is to actually pull off 6 to 8 cups of whey and add hot water back in, like from the tap. But this is when you really want to save your whey before it's ever been washed. That's what it's called when you're adding that water back in. You want to save your whey before you do that. So right now is when I am going to keep back a quart. I'm going to go ahead and just do a whole quart and of this whey that has come up to the top. The curds are settling to the bottom. This whey is what's actually going to be used to start more Mesophilic cultured cheese. So I just take a quart and I kind of just let it go, fill it up. So this is going to be labeled with Mesophilic culture and stuck in the fridge. I keep it in the fridge because I'm using it quite often, but if you don't make cheese every week or so, I would go ahead and freeze this in half-cup increments. Half cup would be probably good for like 2 to 4 gallons. Depends on the recipe. I always write in the description box the recipes. But then at least half a cup in each little container. That way you know you can make cheese and only thaw out one at a time, and they should be good in the freezer for like a long time, months I'm sure. But this will keep me making cheese. I never use, so if I use backsplash whey to start a cheese, I do not pull that whey off to start more cheeses. You probably could, but I'm afraid you're going to slowly, degrade that Mesophilic culture. And I would rather just do it this way. That way, every time I'm using from this, it is from the mother, from the original cheese, Mesophilic cheese. So that's how I do it. Tell me in the comments below if you do this method and you continually pull from it. But this gives me, what, 4, 5, 6 wheels of cheese, depending on the size, for no more money. So I'm going to put this in the fridge and continue back on with my cheese making. Okay, I'm going to be standing here now and stirring for a few more minutes. So I thought I would talk to you about what you're actually going to use that backsplash whey to make. So any Mesophilic cultured cheese you can make. When I do quark, which is overnight, I don't even, I have a short on quark. Quark is a really easy cheese to make. It's a soft cheese. I will use backsplash whey, this Mesophilic culture for that. I will use this Mesophilic culture backsplash. It's called backsplash. Can we just call it backsplash now? Everybody knows what this is, right? I will use that for cheddar. I will use it for Gouda, Colby. I'll use it for pepper jack, Monterey Jack, anything that is Mesophilic usually calls for a mesophilic culture. And if you're making a cheese and it doesn't give you the directions and you're using raw milk, send me a message in the comments and I will try to answer you, and I can probably figure out for you about how much of the backsplash whey you will need. I'm pretty well confident in this, how much, depending on the cheese and depending on how much raw milk you have, how much backsplash whey you will need. So if you have any questions about that, please just shoot me a comment and ask in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I hope this helps you be a little more frugal when you're cheese making, because that was a big step for me when I first started. I did not want, and I didn't see the need for spending so much money on every wheel of cheese that I made, because one of the things.
We're doing the movie because it's done.
The movie's done?
Yeah.
Can you ask Chester to start your movie?
No, they're watching Jago when they come up.
No, they won't watch Jago. Boys, can you start one of Daisy's Gabby Dollhouse, please? Is that what you would like?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a little bit of a sickness in our house. We have some tummy bug going around. Our neighbor had it for like 3 weeks and we thought it was all clear, and we hung out with him yesterday, and then overnight we had some stomach issues. It's lots of fun. I will spare you the details. So we have one that is supposed to be resting and watching TV. Plenty of TV today. So I also, another way that I will cut back on the amount of money I spend on cheese making is by using the yogurt whey as a thermophilic culture. The only cheeses I make as of right now that's thermophilic is a Asiago and Parmesan, nothing else. So I want to start experimenting more. I have done brie and it turned out well. We had one for Christmas. This is after Christmas. It turned out well. I needed to let it go a little bit longer, but this weekend is New Year's and we are getting together again with some family, and I think it'll be perfect timing this time with the other brie. It was still good, it just didn't have quite the texture that I really wanted, and this time it should be perfect. So I didn't come up with that recipe though, so cheese from scratch, she does wonderful. She's up in Canada, like other people that I watch that do cheese. They're not Americans, they're Canadian. But she sold a Christmas ebook and about making brie. That's the only reason I bought it. She also had some other stuff in it, but brie was something that I was a little bit scared and skeptical to make. Now it's very simple. I will do it very easily, and she did not use a mesophilic backsplash for that. So my next thing with that is I'm going to kind of I'm going to try to make the brie with backsplash whey, and then I can give you the recipe once I learn and make sure that works. But brie was really, really beautiful and delicious. My children even ate it, which was crazy, but I melted it, put it in the oven until it was runny, and they ate almost a whole wheel. It was like 2 gallons, I guess, so it was like this big. They ate all by themselves. So yeah, I hope you have a great day and that your cheese making is happy. And I will talk to you in the comments. Please, in any video, if you have questions, I really want to help you make cheese, friend. And especially if you have access to raw milk or you have a milk cow, you're probably looking for things to do like I was. And there was not a whole lot of resources when I started making cheese, and I was so scared to mess anything up. So I want to help you feel a little more brave about not messing up any of your cheese. It happens. There will be things that will happen sometimes, but I have gone before you in some ways. So I will talk to you in the comments. God bless, and I will see you later. Bye. Oh yeah, subscribe. I always forget to say that, and YouTube says that's really important to say. Subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.